Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to bnprofoto.com. My name is Brett. I am going to be your host on a new series of videos that I'm going to be doing. Pretty much, I'm calling it the Pageant Dad series. What I'll be going over and hopefully eventually going through with some guests and stuff in the future. But we're going to kind of go through some of the basics. Pageant season is just kind of wrapped up with all the nationals just happened. So now all the preliminaries are happening for nationals. So what we want to do is kind of talk to you guys a little bit about what it takes to be in a pageant and what to look for in different aspects of the pageant world, because a lot of people get into this but don't fully understand what to look for. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about that. We're going to start off with this first video. We're going to talk about directors. So let's get started. Okay, guys, welcome back. What we're going to do is talk a little bit about directors. Directors are kind of the key focus and key ingredient when it comes to picking a good pageant system. Not a lot of people really think about this, but I'm going to give you some tips and tricks of what to look for when choosing a pageant, when choosing a director. Because if you find a great director, you'll have a great time. So I've worked with good, the bad. So I have a good understanding out of the 15 or so different pageant systems I've shot for. I want to give you kind of some tips and things that I've seen what makes a good director. So one of the biggest things are professionalism. I've worked with some directors who are not as professional as others. I've worked with ones that are really good and ones that are not really good at all. So the biggest part of that professionalism umbrella, it kind of has a few pieces to it. One of the biggest pieces that it has to it is fairness in the system. Different ones have different ways of how they handle their contestants. So when it comes to fairness, some people have favorites, some people don't. So what you want to do is you want to find kind of an indifferent director, one that is personable to you as the contestant, but one that also doesn't play favorites, especially when it comes to judging or scoring. So that's first thing, is make sure you find someone who's fair. So the next thing I want to talk about with directors is prizes. Prizes are kind of a key thing. You as a contestant typically are spending anywhere from a couple $100 to even a couple $1,000 to go to a pageant. That could include a lot of different things, but you want to make sure you're doing something to get your money's worth out of it, right? So one thing I always look for and tell people to look for is the prizes. I know there's some pageant directors that actually give away tons of cash. Some get even thousands of dollars in cash. Some that give away pencil cases and a nice little certificate, and here you go. So make sure that, if you want to do the little ones, that's fine. But if you're wanting to get your money's worth out of it, make sure you're finding a pageant system that really tries to push the envelope and wants you to succeed, and make sure that they're trying to give you a good product. Make sure they're trying to give you something to walk away with, whether that be cash or a prize. I've seen directors give away bikes. I've seen directors give away $3,000 worth of cash. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. So don't expect that high of a level when it comes to like the preliminaries. When I say prelims, it kind of depends on the system, whether that be a state or a town. But in the preliminaries, typically they're not giving away that high of quality of a product. But if they're giving away stuff for nationals or their internationals, they should be giving away bikes and cash and lots of big stuff. So don't expect it in the little stuff, but expect it in the bigger. So the other thing I want to talk about is how they deal with problems. A lot of the good directors do not tolerate drama. Some of them feed into it. So make sure you're finding a director that actually does not tolerate the drama. That makes it more fun for you, makes it more fun for your contestant, and makes it more fun overall for everybody, because everyone gets along and has a good time. When you deal with someone who wants to deal with drama, then you're going to have issues, and then it's no fun for everybody. The next thing I want to talk about is kind of production and timing. As a pageant photographer myself, I've been doing pageants for about 5 years. I'm a huge proponent when it comes to timing and keeping on time with things, because it's not only something that you want to look for the director to be able to keep on track, but it's also fairness. You don't want to have to wait 3 hours for someone to get their makeup or anything done. You want to make sure everyone's keeping up on time, and a good director will hire either an MC or an assistant or something like that to help keep that going. So as a professional photographer on that, you want to find someone who acknowledges that and keeps things going. A pageant that should only take 4 hours should not take 11 or 12 hours. So keep that in mind. And that's kind of also with the scheduling. Find a director that makes sure that they have a schedule. You want to make sure that they have a schedule in line, so that way you know where you need to be at any given point. So make sure that they have that schedule built prior to you even showing up. And lastly, the one big thing for me is production. I unfortunately see a lot of pageants who, quote, have big pageant systems, but their production value is so low. So I recommend people, you pay good money. You pay good money for a good backdrop, a good stage, good lighting, professional photographer, a professional sound man, whatever. You want to make sure that they're putting in that effort and that value into your pageant system. So some of them I've seen, work very small and just have a banner in the background. Those are fine for preliminaries. Have a banner or maybe a sheet up or something like that, or curtains. That's fine. But when it comes to production value for on a national or international level, they should have a stage. They should have stage lighting. It should feel well done. And it should be fun. There should be activities for the kids. There should be a lot of things going on. So my own daughter competes, and she's part of some systems that they have parties, they have events, they really build it. So I hope those are a few tips and tricks that help you pick out a good director for your system. Like I said, the red flags to look for are someone who is not putting forth money or effort into it. Someone who causes drama among the contestants, stuff like that. Those are red flags you want to stay away from. So I hope this helps out. Please like, share, comment, and please share this video as much as you can. I will be in I'll be doing some national pageants later this year. I hope to see you there, and we'll see you next time. Again, my name is Brett with BN Pro Photo. We'll hopefully see you on the next video. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.